Ferrari, the legendary Formula One team with a glorious history, is once again facing a storm of rumors and public pressure. This time, the center of the controversy is Fred Vasseur, the team's principal, who recently extended his contract. Fans welcomed this confirmation with relief, but Vasseur expressed his disappointment over the wild rumors that have been circulating in recent weeks. Can Vasseur silence the rumors and restore Ferrari's stability? Let's discuss. Speculation about Vasseur's future arose when several Italian media outlets reported that Ferrari was considering replacing him. Antonello Coletta, Ferrari's head of World Endurance Championship operations, has been mentioned as a strong candidate to replace Vasseur in 2026. The rumors became even wilder, with claims that Ferrari approached Christian Horner following his departure from Red Bull, suggesting that Ferrari was preparing an exit strategy for the French boss. The rumors also implicated Charles Leclerc. The Monegasque driver had just signed a long-term contract at the beginning of 2024, reportedly tying him to the team for several seasons. Nevertheless, the media continued to link Leclerc to Mercedes and Aston Martin, suggesting that his loyalty could be shaken. This situation further inflamed the internal atmosphere at Ferrari, especially when the SF25's performance failed to meet the notoriously demanding Italian public's expectations. For Vasseur, these rumors were more than just passing gossip. He believed they were damaging team morale, disrupting concentration, and tarnishing the reputations of his colleagues who were working hard behind the scenes. In an interview with Auto, Motor Undi Sport, he stated with great emotion, "I was absolutely furious when these rumors first appeared in Canada. It crossed the line. Loic Serra was blamed for our car, even though he only started working on it when it was almost finished. Then, people wrote that Charles was going to Mercedes, even though he had emphasized multiple times that he had a long-term contract with Ferrari. Rumors like these disrupted the team and slowed down my negotiations with Ferrari." Vasseur added that Formula One is increasingly vulnerable to clickbait and online media that seeks to sensationalize with the internet. Reporting has become more aggressive. Everything is pursued at speed without regard for the impact on the team. In Italy, public reactions are more emotional, which complicates matters, he said. Furthermore, he emphasized that Ferrari needs stability, not wild rumors that undermine the team's confidence. "We're trying to build something for the future. Rumors like this only make the job harder," Vasseur concluded, reflecting his frustration with public and media pressure. Just before the Hungarian Grand Prix, Ferrari finally announced a multi-year contract extension for Frédéric Vasseur. This strategic move clearly signaled that the management in Maranello still had full confidence in the Frenchman, despite the rumors surrounding his future. Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna emphasized that this decision recognized the foundation that Vasseur had established since joining the company at the end of 2022. "Fred has brought clarity and direction. We almost overtook McLaren for the Constructors' title in 2024, finishing just 14 points behind. That demonstrates the stability and consistency he has created. Going forward, we want to build on that momentum together," Vigna said confidently. His statement served as a direct response to the Italian media's harsh criticism that Ferrari had lost its direction and identity. In fact, during the 2023 season, Ferrari was the only team besides Red Bull to secure a victory, thanks to Carlos Sainz's impressive performance in Singapore. Now, with a stronger foundation, Ferrari hopes to use the Vasseur era as a turning point for a revival in Formula One. Despite the uncertainty surrounding management, Ferrari continues to face significant challenges on the track. All eyes are now on Lewis Hamilton, who officially joined the team for the 2025 season amid sky-high expectations. His arrival is seen as Ferrari's opportunity to restore its long-lost glory. However, the seven-time world champion's journey has not been as smooth as many had hoped so far. Hamilton suffered a major setback early in the season when he was disqualified from the Chinese Grand Prix due to excessive wear on the SF25 car's floorboards. The FIA found that the floorboard thickness of his car was below the minimum limit of 9 mm, a violation that cost him points and tarnished the image of his debut with Ferrari. The incident attracted global media attention and raised questions about Ferrari's ability to support a superstar like Hamilton. Since then, Ferrari has moved quickly, accelerating its SF25 upgrade program. At the Belgian Grand Prix, the team introduced a significant modification to Hamilton's car. Although the car demonstrated improved speed in several areas, particularly in fast corners and acceleration out of chicanes, the final results fell short of expectations. The targeted podium finish never materialized. Putting increasing pressure on Hamilton and the team's management, Fred Vasseur acknowledged that this upgrade was a big gamble. With Hamilton, we have a driver who knows how to push the car to its limits, but we also have to be realistic. Changes of this magnitude take time. It could be a turning point, or it could be a trap. That's the challenge we must face, he stressed. This statement illustrates that Ferrari is at a crossroads, facing the choice of paving the way for a revival or becoming trapped in a prolonged cycle of crisis. Conversely, Charles Leclerc is now in a precarious position. His long-term contract confirms that Ferrari still considers him a vital part of the team's future. However, Lewis Hamilton's arrival has automatically divided the media spotlight, sometimes tilting toward the 7-time world champion. This has created a new dynamic. Within the team, some analysts believe that Ferrari could face an internal crisis if it fails to balance the ambitions of its two-star drivers. Leclerc certainly wants to prove himself as the leader of Ferrari's long-term project, especially since he has experienced ups and downs with the team since 2019. Meanwhile, Hamilton arrives with a reputation as one of the greatest drivers in Formula One. History and a personal mission to cap off his illustrious career by bringing Ferrari back to the pinnacle of glory. The challenge for Ferrari isn't just about car speed, it's also about maintaining harmony within the garage to prevent the rivalry between these two superstars from degenerating into a conflict that would be detrimental to the team. The pressure from the Italian public is no joke for Ferrari. Every poor performance on the track immediately triggers harsh criticism from the media and tifosi. Even the slightest rumor can escalate into a full-blown storm. Now, with Vasseur's contract extension, Ferrari hopes to put an end to the gossip and refocus on the track. Hamilton is still chasing his first win with Ferrari, a goal that feels even more crucial now to prove that his decision to leave Mercedes wasn't a mistake. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc continues to struggle with consistency, particularly under pressure from up-and-coming rivals like Lando Norris and George Russell. This places an even heavier burden on Frédéric Vasseur, who must ensure that the trust placed in him by management is not in vain. If Ferrari can emerge from this storm with their heads held high, they have the potential to return to their former glory and re-establish the aura of dominance that once surrounded Maranello. However, if they fail to overcome these difficulties, new speculation may emerge and an internal crisis may resurface. Will Fred Vasseur's contract extension lay the groundwork for Ferrari's revival, or will it merely provide a brief reprieve before the next storm hits Maranello? Share your thoughts below.